All right. Barton, level 8, lesson number 9. So we're working on OW. OW has two sounds. It says O, which your student already knows. They know this as the most common way to spell O at the end of a word, like as in blown or as in blow. They will also learn that it's common in the middle when it's followed by one nice letter. And when I say nice letters, I mean my one N or one L. Okay, so you might see that in a word like blown or the word bowl. Bowl. We can add suffixes onto that, make the word bowling. We can spell the word grown. We know that's got to be an O-W because there's one N. There's one N right there. Then we looked at a word like how. Now that changes sounds. Like how now, brown cow. Ow, it makes the ow sound right here. It doesn't say the word ho, it says the word how. So OW makes this other sound, which is ow. We also talk about how this also will often be followed by one N or one L. But it says O here. We go through some of the words. We say oh, thrown, but this is ow as in frown. But shower. Towel. There's that ow sound. Ow. And browse, that's that ow sound. And so that's kind of where we start with this. We also talk about how, or no, I guess we do that in the next part. So OW, two sounds. The keywords I like to think of are slow and down, O and ow. All right, let's go on to new teaching number 2. And we start the same way, which is ow. And we see that in the beginning of words such as owl. We look at the word foul, and then I have them look it up in their spell checker, and they see that there's two different kinds of foul. Foul meaning the bird, like this one, and foul meaning dirty, like this one. So ow can also be spelled with the O-U. We see it commonly in a word like mouth. But we talk about how you could not spell cow this way because American words do not end with the letter U. And then we've got the word crowd. So now this can be an OU, it can be an OW. Your student will have to look it up if they're unsure. And so this is actually the OW right here. Ow, as in crowd. Scrounge, is it OU or OW? It's OU. Again, look it up if they're unsure as they're mapping these words in their brain. Then we introduce the prefix counter, which means against the base word. And we see that in a word like counteract, like medicine counteracts diseases or conditions. If I make a claim, somebody might file a counter claim, a claim against the claim. So OU usually says ow, but it also will say oo, as in the word group. Not as often. So then we've got the word youth. Now we have a couple different ways to spell the oo sound. And so your student will need to look it up. Couldn't be the U here because that would say yuth. But it does have two different spellings for the oo sound, so they can use their best guess and look it up. This word can be wound, oo, or wound, ow. So they'll have to look that one up, and same with the word troop. If they do look up troop, there is the French spelling of troop, which is the OU, TROUPE. And I always talk about how that one isn't as common. You might see that if you're talking about a circus troop or something like that. Most often when we're talking about troops, like military troops or Girl Scout troop or Boy Scout troop, it will be the OO. So I have housed these in I have housed these like this. So I have OW says O as in like blow, blown, bowl. Usually we spell it in the middle after one, when there's one N or one L after it. Then we have ow as in how and cow and brown. And we have ow, OU as in ouch or mouse, and we have OU that says oo as in group. So this is where I would write them down, and this is kind of what the way that I would take notes on them. So, and then I would also add counter to the prefix page too. All right, let's switch to doing let's switch to looking at the extra practice pages. So this would be changing the order of syllables. I did go through and do these for anybody who needs help with them. Obviously, I don't want your student watching this before they do their practice work, because this will give them the answers. But in case you get stuck, here they are. Box off any prefix or and suffix, and circle any words that have the OW. So we've got the OW as in elbowing, snowflakes, downtown, cowboy, show off, and bowling. So a nice little mix between the O and the ow. And words that rhyme. So we've got seven and heaven. We've got stealthiness and wealthiness. We've got ready and teddy, better and sweater. Wait, this doesn't look right. It isn't right. Oh, I didn't go back far enough. Okay, and then, sorry, extra practice number 3 is where we need to start. I showed you 4 and 5, and then I went into the next lesson, which I don't want you to do. Okay, so then this is just like usual, just make different sentences here. And then here's your fluency drills. There are 2 pages of these as well. So just the same thing as always. If your student is struggling, they should be boxing off prefixes, suffixes, working on finding the base word, dividing these up. It's a great time to work on vocabulary here. Make sure they know what all of these things mean. Acoustics might be new, vouchers, who knows. Counter move kind of deal. So anyhow, that's it. So decode, don't guess. That's it for level 8, lesson 9.